creating using your gear in different ways, but ways that still make sense. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today is, utilizing different gear. Throughout the year, different things drop, different people buy different things, and it's easy to get focused on the newest thing and what you love about it and what's better about it versus the other things that you have, But I think that sometimes people overlook the basics of creating music and they lose sight of the things that you need to remember when creating. So, what's going on, guys? It's your brother OTG. The OTG is for Overtime Grind. Hardly seen, but I'm always around. Today, I got my MPC-1, I have my SP404, and I have my Boss RC202 loop station on the table. What I'm doing is I'm utilizing the SP404 as an effects module and for its actual drum sounds and different things. In this video, it's going to be more of a sound effects module, and the MPC is going to be a sound module. So if you notice at the beginning, I recorded the drums from the SP404 into the RC202. That's what's going on the first pad. Then what I'm going to do is record the pad that I'm playing now on pad 2, channel 2 of the RC202 looper. I have it going through the SP404 MK2 with delay. You see that I have delay also on top of the loop station. So I have two delays, delay on the SP404, delay on the loop station. Then what I'm going to do is look for a bass line and put that on top of the drums. So we'll have two tracks on one channel and then maybe add some other sound on the other channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you check out the master classes for a short period of time. Everything is $5. All the drum sets are $10. This is how you keep this channel going. I promise to drop more videos. Make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to give a couple tips and, make sure I let you guys know what's the benefits of utilizing a setup like this. All right. So, creating without boundaries is important when you're producing. It's important to understand what your machine does. So a lot of this channel, you'll find videos. I'll tell you how to utilize your machine by itself. So how to utilize the MPC-1 by itself, how to utilize the SP404 by itself, how to utilize different things by itself. But sometimes you need to understand how to utilize them together and understand the inputs and the outputs from your machine. So, the MPC-1 or MPC-X or the Live 2 or all of these things have a specific sound. And that sound is what you make it until you run something into it. When you run something into it, now you're printing the audio to an actual wave file or a sound. So if you run the effects through it, it's a little bit different than playing the sound in MIDI or playing it and then having the effect on top of it, because the computer is processing and predicting what it'll sound like. Once you print it, the sound is the sound. You also have the characteristics of the machine that you're using. So utilizing this method with taking the sounds out of the MPC, running them through the SP's input. Now I have the SP's input to turn up the volume loud. I have all of the effects. I have immediate effects on the sound coming into the SP, and I also have the 4 effects I can use inside of the MPC, which makes it a powerful sound design tool, right? And I also have, this gives you 3 layers. So if we're looking at the 3 things that's sitting on the table, I can make the sound and affect it all inside of the MPC if I wanted to, and just save the blank template. I could print all of the stuff to the SP, which I normally do. So once I get to a point where I like what I have going in the loop station, I may print the sounds to the SP so I can remake a version of what's in the loop station later. I also have the loop station running into the live too, which make sure you subscribe, like, share, check out the master classes, things of that nature. The audio routing and the reasoning we'll get to at a further date. But the audio you're hearing right now is processing through the MPC Live 2. And the reason why I do that is it brings back a sort of uniformity. The SP has its own specific sound. The MPC has its specific sound. We can print the effects and get a super clear sound inside of the SP. We could then re-effect it again inside of the SP, inside of the Boss RC202. Now, once we get 4 channels in there that we like, we also have 8 pieces, so I can make 8 pieces to a beat and make a complete beat in the looper. Now what I could do is sample that again to the Live 2. I also have the ability now to play my little keyboard or do some stuff on the MPC-1 with samples, record that to a pad in the SP, further do some things with it, process it through the SP's effects and the effects that's on the looper, and then record that inside of the Live 2 to make a beat. I know a lot of that sounds like it's a lot, but it's really not. And this is why the importance of understanding your workflow and understanding your machine, because once you understand, okay, for this specific beat that I'm doing now, I just am in the vibes. And so I'll take the loops out of the RC202 looper and track those out if I need to track out to a major machine. Or I know the drum loop is inside of the SP, and I save the initial sounds inside of the MPC. I could track this stuff out later and turn it into a different kind of beat. Or because I'm a musician and I make my own music, or I go to different studios, I have it now on the Live 2, and I can play it, loop it, I know the BPM, and we can build on top of it then there, also ducking all limitations that come with memory limitations. So, there's all kinds of ways that you can work on your sound, and this is me doing this all standalone. So using the MPC plugins, the OPX and bassline plugin. Once you have the plugins and have a big enough library, it's all about how you create your sound and make your sound. If you do not build your sound up or make it sound, just give yourself a sound, then you're just using straight presets, and your music might sound thin. So, try sampling your music down, even if it's something that you do in your regular machine by resampling. You can resample inside of the MPC, you can resample inside of the SP, or if you have different kinds of gear, you can route things different kind of ways to get a different kind of sound and get those characteristics from each one of your machines in a way that you like. Some might be pass-through machines where, you're just utilizing it for one effect, and maybe that machine has the sound you want in it, so now you're not utilizing another machine at all. So in this setup, if I start with the SP, then the MPC isn't utilized at all in this situation, but sometimes it goes like that, sometimes it won't. This is the ability to know your equipment and put all the pluses and the minuses together and be able to create without boundaries. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you check out all the master classes. Make sure you follow me at 365 OTG. We got a busy year ahead of us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate every single one of you guys.